Hey guys, how's it going? So, welcome back to the Scrumpy Kiwi, and here we are in a post 8th edition release world, and it's awesome. From what I saw online, the big day just went down like, it was crazy. Everyone was doing, their own thing. Some people were camping out, some people were getting to stores like a couple hours beforehand. There were queues. It was awesome, and I sort of reflected on that and was like, wow, it's so awesome to be part of a community that passionate. I could kind of understand why people did it when they wanted to get their hands on the new video game or whatever that was being released at midnight. I've been to the cinema at midnight to catch a new release of a big film. I've seen the queues waiting for the new Harry Potter book when that was a big thing. But I've never really felt like part of that, really got that sort of energy. But with 8th edition, it was that was my thing. I got to really see these people who were part of the community I was part of as well. And I got to experience, their anticipation and their excitement for it. And everyone seemed really happy, and just genuinely, enthusiastic about this. And it was really cool to see the community really came together behind this. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to attend any of these. I picked up my copy on Thursday, but just being able to see it online, and just see the positivity that this new launch for 40k gave people was really cool. It was really great, and it sort of gave me that sort of tingly feeling inside. It was I kind of compare it to like Christmas morning, that excitement you get, and that genuine sense of, I don't know, people seem really, happy and genuinely really good with one another. And yeah, that was kind of how it felt. It was kind of like Christmas morning. So yeah, like I say, well done community for being, so great and wonderful with that. Yeah, so now, like I say, now that 8th is out and I've read through the rule book and I've seen, sort of how things work and stuff like that, I guess it's what am I going to do now? Where am I going to go with 8th edition? And some of you may be watching going, hang on, didn't you say you were doing Astra Militarum? And I'm like, well, yeah. Yeah, I am doing Astra Militarum, but I'm probably going to start another force to go alongside it. Now, my wife's not home at the moment, and I'm saying this for the specific reason that if she heard me say this, she'd probably kill me. Because she's like, bless her, she doesn't quite get the appeal to it, and I don't blame her, because it, again, everything is subjective, when it comes to our own personal likes and dislikes. She likes mushrooms and I hate them, so there you go. So yeah, but like I say, with regard to 40k, she just doesn't sort of see why I love it so much. To her, it's just money down the drain. So, like I say, collecting another force is probably something I'm going to break very gently to her, or not tell her at all and just ask for this stuff and just hope she doesn't realise it's a whole different force. And to be fair, I want to start doing Death Guard and Cadian, the Astra Militarum. They're green, Death Guard are green. She may not know this, so let's hope. And then I'll do a Xenos faction as well and just do orcs, and then she'll be none the wiser. Unless she watches my YouTube channel, which may be a possibility, in which case this is like a confession and I may end up getting executed. So yeah, it's just like, well, what happens, and it swings and roundabouts. So yeah, but like I say, before I went off on that tangent, Death Guard probably will be my thing. I just can't help but look at those models and go, oh, I need them. I need those models. And with, of course, next month being likely to see the release of Mortarion and maybe a new Typhus model and maybe a new Greater Unclean One model and Death Guard Terminators and what other lovely things they've got to release. That was a motorbike with a very loud engine that just went past. With all of that going on, I'm sure I'm going to look at it and just go, I need to get my hands on those. Someone said that I saw a link to a page on Facebook, which I'm not going to name the page, but I think we'll all know if I say it's a page with a very shaky and unreliable history for rumours and leaks, said, oh yeah, Death Guard have been postponed. And I was just like, Really? Do you think that's likely? Do you think after the big sort of drop of the, of a new edition, and the point being that Primaris and Death Guard are like the two big things that are happening at the moment with regard to 40k, do you really think they postponed that? And they were like, oh, yeah, maybe towards the end of the year. And I was like, do you think that seems likely, or are you just trying to I choked on my own tongue then. Are you just trying to stir up the community? And again, I've got my own opinion on that sort of thing, but I won't do it here in this video, because this is a positive video. Yeah, so like I say, I Death Guard, I would say, I would hazard a guess. I wouldn't put money on it, but I would be pretty confident to say the 7th month of the year looks to be the month of the Death Guard, seeing as Nurgle's magic number is 7. So there you go. It would make sense. It'd be a nice sort of little in joke for all of us fans. So Death Guard seemed to be it. Now, I have toyed with the idea of starting a Xenos faction as well. Like I said in a previous video, I seem to be sort of more moving towards the idea of sticking it around 1,000, 1,250, 1,500 max. My battery warning just came up then. That's wonderful. But yeah, again, going back to what I was saying, I have, like I say, I've toyed with the idea of doing sort of smaller forces, just because I don't know what attracts me to the idea of smaller games. I've always liked smaller games. Big games are great fun, but they just take so long to do. And I know with the new rules, it may be quicker to have bigger games, but still, I mean, it is also the money side of it. I mean, I'm not, rags and sitting in the gutter outside, poor, but at the same time I'm not the richest man in the world. So it's about balance. Smaller forces mean I can reasonably consider doing more stuff. And when it comes to Xenos, who would I do? Well, Orcs. I've always had a soft spot for Orcs, and I think a lot of people do in the hobby. They're just fun. They're silly and they're nuts and they're just ridiculous, and they're, but at the same time, brutal and barbaric, and they just appealed, I think, to that inner thug inside all of us. Tau have been sort of I have sort of been looking at them out of the corner of my eye. Again, the reasons for that, as much as I try to deny it, the Tau have some really nice looking kits, and I mean the new Fire Warriors, the new helmets they've got and the stuff like that, or is it what they call the Breachers or something, like Breacher Squads, Tau Breacher Squads, I don't know, whatever they are, with those sort of really cool short stocky carbines. Again, I can't get enough of those, and Crisis suits have always looked awesome. I think if you play, whenever I've asked Tau players, or I say the Tau player I know, and I've asked them, what should I get? He's like, Crisis suits. You got to get Crisis suits, and I'm like, okay, because they seem to be one of the most versatile units in really the whole game. And so that sort of seems to be what I'm thinking about doing going forward. But Death Guard seem to be something that I'm very drawn towards, because I can throw in some Nurgle demons, and the customization options are just through the roof. I've got I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it, but I've got an idea to make a Land Raider look just disgusting. I've got this really horrendous idea involving a lot of green stuff, some questionable searches on Google, and a Land Raider, and hopefully I can make something that looks just awful, but at the same time is a really nice centerpiece. Now, of course, I'm not sure whether Land Raiders can be taken by Death Guard. Hopefully there's some sort of substitute there, but I'm sure with the idea I've got, I can find something to work. And so there's that. Really, I think with 8th edition, it's time for me to push forward with how confident I am when it comes to making and painting. I really would like to sort of take some steps forward with properly, sculpting stuff using green stuff. It's been something I've maybe avoided for a while, but now seems like the right time, especially with collecting an armor like Nurgle. It would be a shame not to really try doing something a little bit dangerous and crazy and brave, potentially ruin a lot of good figures. But like I say, if I don't push myself, I stagnate, and it would and then I become bored, and that is the one thing I don't want to do, because like I say, this is my hobby, it is my passion, I very much enjoy it, and I want to sort of pursue it to whatever conclusion it is. And so yeah, guys, I kind of think that's it really for this video. I don't really know what you describe this video as. It's sort of just been a sort of a chit chat, you know, a chinwag, me just sort of getting whatever thoughts I have on my mind off my mind. I have done like a load of test videos for me trying to talk about various other things, but I've just really not found anything to talk about other than my own sort of opinion, you know, and so I thought, you know, I just share it. Otherwise, also, I then get out of the habit of making videos and stuff like that. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is my thoughts on 8th edition and where I plan to be going with it. Thank you so much for all the support to the channel. I want to try and wrap this up soon, but thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting the channel. I can't remember how many subscribers I'm on now, but it's shot up a heck of a lot in the last couple of weeks. So thank you very much to all you new subscribers. Thank you very, very much to all you sort of long time subscribers. Those of you who stuck with me through the absent years, or the absent year, however long it was. Thank you very much for all of that. To everyone who comments, everyone who likes, even the people who dislike. Thank you very much, because at the end of the day, everything you do helps encourage me to sort of try and be better. So there you go. Thank you very much. Feel free to comment. Please leave any suggestions for future videos you'd like to see. I'm always open to suggestions, and I'm very aware that my hair's going even thinner. Look at that. Look at that. What is the point? What is the point of me even having hair anymore? Look how much look at that. Look at that. That is just... I'm 26 years old. I actually thought I was 27 yesterday. I was convinced by I convinced myself I was 27, and one of my friends was like, well, hang on, how's that? Because that means then you'd be 28. You'd be 28 on your birthday next month, whereas I'm 28 in September, and I'm older than you. And I had this really nice revelation of going, I'm 26 still, and then actually at the same time going, but look what's been done to my body by me. So there you go. Growing up, it's a double-edged sword. You get responsibility, and then you kind of realise you don't want it. Plus the ravages of time, they're always fun. Also, look at this beard. Look at this beard, it's so unkempt. I'm not joking. I think this is why I'm not allowed to go in nice shops, because of this beard. It's a little bit, well, you know, it's not a proper beard either, because I'm missing the sort of, you know, it's sort of like this land. There's not even that land bridge, you know, that you should get between the moustache and the beard. It's just a hope. I'm just a wreck. I'm a mess. So there you go, guys. After that sort of small breakdown there, I will catch you next time for whatever I'm doing, whatever video it is. I'm probably going to do a review of my 8th edition book, or just a look through, or something like that. But until I, you know, come up with an idea, or if I see a suggestion from one of you guys for something, whether it's talking about lore or stuff like that in videos, whatever, until then, I will, well, I hope that you stay safe and carry on doing what you're doing, and we shall perhaps talk more in the comment section. But until then, stay safe, be good, and I will catch you next time on The Scrumpy Kiwi. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.